Hey everyone, and welcome to Arthur Fantastic's Ignorant Pits, episode 7. Yeah! Woo! Ooh, ooh, ooh. As always, Taylor, my wife, is accompanying me behind the camera, helping with the technicals. We are just dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Milton. And so this episode is even more last minute and more ignorant than it's ever been. Let's go. Headliner is going to be Morales versus Brugal. Co-main is Vigera versus Akhmadov. We'll get to that in the end. We're going to start at the bottom of the list. About 5 hours left before voting ends, so get your friggin' votes in there. We've got Matthias Costa versus Daniel Sathler. 80% are giving it to Sathler. Who am I to disagree? Who are either of them? I don't know. So 8,000 on Daniel. 80% seems like a good choice. Paulo Miao versus Pablo Mantovani. Paulo Miao is an absolute legend in the sport. Pablo Mantovani is a guy that I have not heard of, and I think, therefore, Miao's going to take it. 71% for a reason, 12 on him. AJ Agazarm versus Peter Frank, 58% to 42%. Now, this one is a little bit closer. Who is Peter Frank? I don't know who half of these people are. And so I'm going with the name that I know here, AJ Agazarm. He didn't do well in his last competition, but I think that he was significantly outweighed by his opponent, if I'm not mistaken, which is not usually, rather, a good prospect for that competitor who is undersized. But this time, it looks like they're roughly the same size in the same weight category. Didn't look at the press conference, haven't had time or connection to the internet or electricity. So we're going to put it on Agazarm. We're going to put 13 there. Moving along, Wagner Roca seems to be the top to build of the Pit Submission Series versus Colon Sabino. It's a 61% favor of Wagner Roca, who is also a legend in the sport. He runs Wagner Roca Martial Arts down in Miami and is partnered with Fight Sports. They've got a great program. He himself is a brutal, ferocious competitor, and I think he'll take it over Colon Sabino. Who is that? I don't know. Moving on, we've got UFC Alien with an alien mask versus Zach Zenner. Just seeing that mask now, I'm looking at it. I might want to put it on Zach Zenner just for the. Yep, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm recasting that vote right now. You see that right on screen, guys? Right on screen. Oh fuck! I don't want that on screen. Even though his name is UFC Alien, I'm giving it to the other guy because he's got an alien mask, and I'm just not about that life. Toki Busa versus Harman Hermanson. 68% for Hermanson. This is the IFC 5 card. I don't usually know anyone there, and this is, once again, this is ignorant picks. I ain't digging deep to find out who these people are. Looking at it, just this guy on the right, it looks like he's going to be more athletic and aggressive, and because of that, he gets 4.5. There you go. David Hoffman versus Kane Warwick. Warwick is the name of the city that used to be called Sleepy Hollow, and that is also the name of a League of Legends character. Regardless, I'm giving it to Hoffman because it's a slight favorite. The voters usually know, but at the same time, sometimes it's just people voting for the dude that they like. Who knows what's going on? 4.5. Getting to the undercard and main card. Yeah, we've got a lot of fights here. Kicking off with Luis Melendez versus Armis Guyton. I like Guyton. I like his style. He's lost twice in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Let's double check here. Yes, he's lost twice. And he's put in good fights I won't lie. But the problem is he keeps losing. On the other side, Luis Melendez has had amazing fights. He's won his last couple fights. Looking at his, he's 2-0, and those fights, every one of them, both of them rather, is worth going back and watching again. He's an amazing competitor. He's throwing triple taekwondo kicks, and he's very explosive. And at the same time, whatever he does, it brings out something in his opponents where they become um, more competitive, and their fights are always something to watch. Definitely high praises for both of these fighters. I'm just going to give it to Luis Melendez, just as most of the other voters are. I'm actually going to put 20 on this one. Luis Melendez for the win. If I'm going to actually predict when and how this will happen, I think this will probably happen in the second round. Luis Melendez, after getting warmed up in the first and second round, his pace will slowly increasing, will peak his output in the second round and overcome the more smooth and calm Guyton. Guyton will get overwhelmed, and after a couple of times of going to the ground, Melendez will probably take the fight out of Melendez standing, and I'm not sure if he'll finish by TKO on the ground, or it will just he will hurt him enough on the feet to warrant a referee stoppage. Now we're going up to the next fight. We got Jade Joran versus Stephanie Skinner. I am not going to lie and say once again, I don't know either of these fighters, but the 64% favor of the voters, and essentially it's odds, putting it on Jade, 8 is enough for me to warrant an 8K choice on Jade Joran. Now I could take away from these bets and then put on the other bets that I'm more wanting to support, and I may. We will see. I've made these choices very ignorantly, very quickly. The choices won't change, but I might change the amounts. Amounts subject to change after video is made. Once again, picking Jade Joran. Don't know anything about them. They both look like good fighters. Jade's a little bit cuter, but I mean, that might just be a bad picture of Stephanie. What's happening? Next fight, Loxby Multivan versus Orlando Ortega. If I'm not mistaken, he was at, 47. Is that Orlando? Now I've got to go check. Loxby put on a tremendous performance in Orlando. I was right. Should have trusted myself. And now he's fighting somebody named Orlando. So I think he just goes on to just take his namesake because he took on a great performance in the town. No, just joking. He's actually a good fighter. Don't know much about Orlando Ortega. Let's look at his record. He's making his debut. On top of Loxby just coming off a great performance, looking great in his fight, beating a person, if I'm not mistaken, that I might have won against. I've got to go back and check. Regardless, looked good in that last fight. I assume that he's going to take that momentum into this fight, giving it to Loxby. Man, we're blazing through these. Bam Morris versus Adrian Weathersby. I saw a short video on Karate Combat Reddit, and also have watched Adrian Weathersby in his fight. If that was also that was the following card after Orlando. Great fighter. I'm not sure if has Bam fought. Bam fought in 46. I'm giving it to Adrian Weathersby, just as the commentators over there on the podcast that Mac Tyson is doing. It's I think it's the One More Round podcast. I need to double check, Mac. I need to check out your stuff more. Can we get a promo here? Can we get a promo? Adrian Weathersby is an absolute technical but also ferocious beast. They call him the future of karate combat. I think so too. And I think his technicality will overcome Bam Morris, who's also a good athlete, a good fighter. I just think that Adrian's technical prowess is a step above Bam Morris's, and that is enough for me to put 15 on him. Getting to the next match here, Aline Pereira versus D. Begley. Quick tidbit, quick absolute cool note. Aline Pereira is Alex Poatan Pereira's sister. That is Alex Poatan Pereira, current middleweight UFC champ. D. Begley, she has a great fighter's picture too. And is it bad? They're both ain't bad looking. She's just coming from a fighter's family. You gotta try to bank on that. I'm gonna put 87% ain't also a bad recommendation. So I'm putting 8K on Pereira. I would put more, but I want to see her prove herself to me. I mean, I'm sure that she's done other competitions. This isn't her first rodeo, or even she's training in the gym. But for me, I'll put more on if I change my mind later. But who knows? We got an Usama Asli versus Peter Stanonik. Okay, let's see here. I feel like I might have known. No. Maybe I don't. So these are two. His nickname's Ben Laden. What the? Usama Ben Laden. That's hilarious. But also not at all. What the fuck is going on here? Is it? Are we far away for it to be funny, or is it just kind of always going to be disrespectful? Anyway, regardless of nicknames, I'm putting on Usama. Not sure why, but I'm going to go for him because it's a pretty close. It's a pretty close percentage, but I'm putting on Usama, 5K. Not a big one. Not a big no big whoop. No big whoop. Corey Coop, Luan Santiago, 63% for Santiago. I don't know if I've seen them fight. No, he's making his debut. Corey Coop also making his debut. Putting 6 on Santiago for the reason that everyone else is. And I'll let them explain it because I don't know them. Finally, getting to the main card here. We're running right through this, guys. Brendan Jenkins. Wow, this guy is amazing. Versus Joe Giannetti. Brandon Jenkins is an absolute. I don't even know how to explain it. He's such a special, unique athlete. He is able to really take a beating, and he's got explosive power, especially in the hands. He's creative. I think that he's going to win this match, just like the other 63% of voters, and I think he's going to beat the guy named Skeletor. Why would you keep that nickname, Skeletor? All right. Brandon Jenkins knockout in the third round after a weird back and forth over 3 rounds. I say it's going to be the right hand, and he's just going to starch him at the end of the third round. Could be absolutely off. Who knows? Okay. Arthur Alabu Latov. Oh, by the way, 25 on Brandon, by the way. Artur Alabulatov versus Marcus Perez. It's a slight favorite in Artur. He's got the same name as I. He's got a better fighter picture. 5.46 on him for the win. Don't know who they are. Let's see. Are they? He's had a fight. Oh, he beat Bam Morris. That was an alright fight. That was a good one. He's making his debut. I guess we're going with the debut guy for some reason, guys. There's a 53% favorite. Okay, finally, co-main event, Arturo Viguera, another Arthur name, versus Safarmamad Akhmadov. And in any other situation, I'd probably go with Akhmadov. I thought that he did a great fight. He fought Gustavo Oliveira twice. I saw them fight in the first fight, right? That was at the kickback one? Yeah, that's right. And I think that he's a great athlete, but I think Arturo Viguera, who's 3-0, winning by TKO or KO every time, explosive, vicious athlete that will overwhelm Safar. I mean, Akhmadov is powerful. He's really good on the counter. He's kind of I don't want to say lazy, but he's inactive on the outside. I'm thinking that Arturo Figueira will find a good rhythm and beat Akhmadov. I don't know if he's going to take him out in the regulation time. Akhmadov's a really tough guy, but I'm going to say that Arturo is going to take that match by decision before we even go to a sudden death. Lastly, we've got Arturo. Oh, no, wait, that's we just did that one. Last main event. Sorry, guys. Omar Morales, now let's sleep after this hurricane, versus Alejandro. I'm sorry, guys. Alejandro. There's no R there. What's going on? Alejandro. Yeah. It's just like it's just a mistype. I'm sorry, guys. We should fix that. Alejandro Brugal. It seems that the vote has slowly moved toward Brugal, who is also on a 2-win fight streak versus Armis Guyton, another fighter on this card that's fighting again today. Who I think he's a good fighter, but I just don't think he's top tier to the point where it deserves as the nod to give Omar Morales, but he did TKO Guyton. He also beat Diego Avendano. On the other hand, Omar Morales has also won 2 fights. He won a fight versus Armis Guyton and Antonio Malloy. So they both fought him, and now they're just moving up the ladder. I think that it seems Brugal beat him more convincingly, but I think Omar Morales is the tougher, harder, complex fighter to beat here in this matchup. So I'm going with the slight underdog in Morales for KC50, this monumental card. I would be doing more for this event if things were a little bit different, but right now, dealing with a hurricane, got another one coming next week, according to the meteorologists. But I can still enjoy a good fight or two or an entire free card on YouTube. I hope you guys do too. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video all the way through. Thank you for supporting. We've got links in the description. Follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on my other YouTube. You can give me a good tip on buy me on Ko-Fi, or you can join my community on Subscribestar, where I'm also trying to cultivate a community to train martial arts and pursue that with faith long term. Once again, thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe if you got it. You know what I mean? Let me know what you think in those comments. What are your picks? I hope. Are you guys going to watch the event live? I think that's what makes it the most entertainment, is not only in having this emotional investment in your upgaming, but also watching it live. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys are staying safe out there. Anybody that's been affected by these hurricanes, Helene, Milton. My prayers are with you guys. I hope everything is good with you as well. And if the entertainment that this video and this fight will give you helps in any way, I hope that it blesses you, and that as you're rebuilding your lives or recovering from whatever damage, waiting for help or waiting for just the normal resources to return as they should be operating. Um, uh, Again, my thoughts and prayers are with you, and Godspeed to the fighters. Hopefully everything goes well with them. No serious injuries. And as I always say, stay up, stay vigilant, stay locked and loaded. Shalom, shalom, peace in y'all.